Hello, guys. Good afternoon, good morning. Welcome again to this new episode of Beyond the Passport, this international student podcast. Today we are with Manolo Gualdron. He's a Colombian living in New Zealand, former student from the Savannah University in Bogota, Colombia as well.
Yep.
He studied journalism and communication as well over there, right?
That's true. That's true.
And he's also former student of AUT University from the Bachelor or Master in Marketing and Communications as well, right?
That's correct.
Oh, beautiful. So, Manolo, why you ended up in New Zealand?
Well, that is a very curious question, actually, because I remember wanting to study something abroad. I wanted initially to study in Barcelona, Spain, right?
Yeah.
And I wanted to do something related to public relations.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah.
But I mean, things didn't end up working in my pursuit of studying in Spain. And I met this girlfriend that I had at the moment. And she convinced me to apply to study in Canada.
Okay, yeah.
So from Barcelona, I ended up applying to go to study in Canada.
Yes.
And that didn't work out. My visa got denied.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we ended up broken up.
Okay.
But I do remember...
So, sorry, she ended up going to Canada.
She ended up going to Canada on her own.
Okay, all right. Okay.
So, I mean, things weren't going to work out at that distance.
Yes, yeah.
So, I did remember that her sister told us, why don't you go to New Zealand to study there?
Yeah.
And, I mean, I've heard about New Zealand, the country, but, like, not too much.
Yeah.
And I think most Colombians don't know about
I
New
think
Zealand.
For us it's too far away, so
Yeah.
if we know it is because of the nature of maybe the Lord of the Rings, but we don't actually come out with the idea like, oh, I want to move there.
Exactly. Whoever says that that was the first thought they had, they're lying.
Yes,
Yeah.
Especially a Colombian one.
A Colombian, they're
Absolutely.
lying. And most of them, they don't even know where it is. Actually.
Yeah, certainly. I think some people even think that is a part of Australia.
True.
Yeah.
That's true. So I remember she talked about it, right? But when I was making my decision, I was between Australia and New Zealand.
Okay.
So I started doing my pros and cons. And I ended up choosing New Zealand because it was probably the safest place out of the two.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Safest in insects, snakes, sharks, crocodiles. I mean, they have it all.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, if I'm going to die, I'd rather do it in a safer place.
Yes.
Right? So that's when you start doing your investigation about the country, right? Because the first thing you see is the map. And you see that in the map, they're very on the south part. So I was like, okay, so this might be very cold.
Yes,
that was my first impression.
Like we're talking about like Bluff, like Iberkangiel, and all of this like lowest part of South Island. Yeah.
Exactly. So I was like, okay. I mean, I'm not the type of guy that likes cold weather.
Yes.
Okay, especially from where I am from Colombia, because I was born in the northern part of Colombia, which is hot.
Yeah, well, we need to talk about it because I know that is a very interesting story there behind where you ended up studying back in Colombia and where you actually grew up. Because I know that you finished your bachelor's degree in Bogota, that is the capital city.
Yeah, well, that's a very good story too, because where I was raised, it's in the northern part of Colombia. It's called La Guajira.
Yes, yeah.
And in that part, there's a mining company, a coal mining company, which it used to be a conglomerate of lots of countries that own that company. It was sold by the Colombian company called
Cerrejón.
Exactly.
Yes, yeah.
And then they sold it to Glencore, and it was then sold to ExxonMobil.
Yes, yeah.
So most of the people that were working there were engineers, and well, they were all related into the mining company or mining business, right?
Yeah.
So my dad went to work for them back in 1989. That's when he started. So we ended up moving back in 1991.
Okay.
We stayed like 2 years in Barranquilla.
Okay, yes.
Before, but I mean, none of my parents are from the northern part.
Okay.
So I mean, I only have the accent. If you talk to me
Yes,
in Spanish, you'll notice it,
yes,
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So when we got there, it was incredible because it was like living in a different country inside Colombia. Okay. Because most or some of the people that were working there were also from outside of Colombia.
Yes,
So you had people from the U.S. or Canada or South Africa.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. So to explain this a little bit, Colombia uses a tier system for refine their crudo and also charcoal as well.
Yeah.
So what our government does is hire companies or tell companies from overseas to, I have this. You can work this.
Yeah.
Extract
minerals. Yeah.
Extract the minerals, and then you're gonna give me some profit out of that.
Yeah.
But you have to take that out as well, because I don't have the infrastructure to actually work with that.
Correct.
Unfortunately, that's how we work with our natural resources back in Colombia.
Exactly. And well, it's not only Colombia, most of South America works like that. Africa too. But it is a business, and we kind of understand it at the end of the day, right? So, well, to continue with the story, basically, we went there to study. So the school was bilingual. Okay, so most of my teachers were from the U.S. and Canada. Okay, so that's when when you listen to me talk in English, it's more of an American accent.
Yes, entirely American.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's the reason why. But the crazy thing about it was that inside that company, inside that mini city, our tiny things like TV was from North America.
Oh, okay. So everything were literally put there for all of the people that were working there. So everything was international.
Most of the things were international. So Disney Channel, we had it from the U.S.
Crazy.
MTV, exactly. So when you're young, you want to see cartoons, and the cartoons that you had access to were from the U.S.
Yeah.
So it was kind of crazy because you needed to learn English, I mean, whether you like it or not.
Absolutely. But also how you see that as a Colombian that somehow grow up with different insights. And I mean, this is an advantage because so many people in Colombia would have actually liked to have this experience. How you see that as a grown adult now?
Yeah, as an adult, basically when we moved out of the mini city, of the dome, like my friends call it, is it's a cultural shock.
Yes.
Okay, because there's no university inside of this city, so you have to actually go to the country. You have to move out from your comfort zone, and you go to the cities that have the best universities. So that's why I went to Bogota.
Okay.
Which is completely different from where I was.
Absolutely. And cold.
Yeah, and cold. Okay. Second thing that was the first thing that hit me was why am I studying in this cold weather? Why am I doing this to myself?
Yes.
You know?
And this is something very funny because a lot of people, especially here in New Zealand, they complain a lot about the weather, about how it rains here a lot and everything. Yeah. But I think it's because they may have not gone to South America or even Bogota.
Exactly.
That rains all of the time.
Plus, most of the people, when they think about Colombia, they think that this is Colombia is very hot.
Yes,
Everywhere is just hot. But plus, to be honest and to be truthful, that's how Hollywood portrays Colombia as well.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Absolutely. Yes, certainly.
So, but then you try to explain them the thing is that Bogota, for example, is on the mountains.
Yes.
Okay. So since it's so high, the weather is cold.
Yes. Basically. Yeah. Because of the Andes regions as well. So there's a lot of precipitations around as well. Yeah. Absolutely. So, how you think this international submersion set you up for moving overseas and living now in another country?
I think it was, in my case, I think it was too easy.
Okay.
It was very easy. And the reason why I say it was very easy is because I was already living in a country, in a different country, inside my own country,
yes,
right?
Absolutely.
So when I got outside, the cultural differences from, being from the north and being on Bogota, it's completely,
It's
everything.
crazy. I know
Everything
what you
is
mean.
different. Like the food is different, the people are different.
Yes,
So
yeah.
you need to like restart. You have to restart your ship, and you're like, okay,
Absolutely.
I need to start learning from these people,
Yes,
how
yeah.
they talk.
And even the habits that you generate as well, because we eat different meals as well. So we can have soup for dinner, whereas
True.
in another place that is very hot, you don't have that because you're just gonna get it like sweating. That's crazy. And how that experience changed you? How you see yourself, the Manolo, for like 10 years of, I don't know, 12 years ago with who you are now?
That's a very good question, and I thought about it before I came here to your space. And it was, I started noticing things that I wasn't aware of when I was in the dome.
Yes.
Because I had everything, or most of the things were fulfilled. So I started not even researching, but I came across a podcast.
Yes.
That started feeding me ideas.
Uh-huh.
And that was the Joe Rogan Experience, a very popular podcast.
Yes.
And this guy started like making me think, like, I need to be different because I can't stay on the same place where I was from.
Yes.
And I need to start doing things that will help me evolve as a person. Okay?
Absolutely, yeah.
So the Manolo from 10 years ago is so different because I had, fortunately for me, I had everything. My parents did well enough to give me what I needed.
Yes.
To cover those needs, and sometimes give me what I wanted to.
Yes, yeah. Absolutely.
So my background, unfortunately, it's not of a person that needed to work to study. I had those needs covered by my parents.
Yeah.
Okay. But it changes my point of view because I am more into, I can, like, for example, I'm aware.
Yes.
I'm aware that what I have is privilege.
Okay? Yeah.
And that not many people can actually study in Colombia.
Absolutely.
Which I came across a percentage of, it was about 25% of the people that finish school have access to university or are able to have access to university. And I didn't know about that. For me in the dome, it was obvious that once I finished school, the next step was university. But once I got out and started thinking, okay, like, I come already from a zone or family of privilege, but there's necessities and people. When you start talking to other people, when you start working with other people, you kind of understand where they came from.
Yeah, okay? Absolutely.
So, for example, my wife now, she didn't came from that privilege. Okay, so she needed to study, to work, so she was able to study.
Yes.
Which for me, it was unbelievable. It was incredible. How could you take time
to do both things?
Exactly. Yes, so I was like, I'm struggling. I'm not even working. I'm just focused on my studies. And there's people that do the two things at the same time so they can have a professional background.
Yes, absolutely. I think that's something that definitely you see a lot in Colombia. Because, for instance, there are some universities that offer night lessons to all of these people who work full-time during the day. They're able to take their degrees at night from, like, I don't know, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. in the night at night.
Exactly.
So it's like literally they are not having social life. They are not like being part of the society.
Exactly.
Just because they want to be better in the future.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Whereas in these countries that, like New Zealand, you have the opportunity to enjoy different stages of your life.
Yes.
If you could see it in that way.
True,
Yeah.
truly, and you can see it also on the job spectrum as well. Because
Yeah.
when you go to Colombia, we usually have to work like 48 hours.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Yes, absolutely.
So even like from Monday to Saturday, so which is for most of us just crazy to think about it. So when you come to a country like New Zealand where you have to work only 40 hours max, you're like, okay, this is easy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this like
Absolutely.
without a problem.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. What
So-
I'm gonna do with all of this free time.
Exactly. So, but that was like an interesting part of me. I mean, because I tend, well, I'm a journalist
Yes,
as well.
yeah.
So I like asking questions to people, and I'm not afraid of talking to anybody.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
So even if they struggle during their lives, I can ask questions and I can empathize with
Yes,
them.
absolutely.
So I know where they came from, and for me, it's for example, a quick example is people who learn the second language just by listening to songs
Yes,
and watching
yeah.
movies and series. I'm like, wow, that for me has a lot of
Motivation and
I mean, they're
stamina.
they're very motivated, but they're also so they endure so much
Yes.
that it amazes you. It amazes you how people just want to be better.
Better. Yeah, absolutely. I think, well, so many people, and I'm talking about myself, I didn't care much in Colombia about learning a second language because sometimes due like different factors, maybe family factors or economical factors, you sometimes kind of like postergate that.
Yep.
Because if sometimes it is for uni, that is not for an extra course, or in my case, I pay my uni half for my father's side and half for myself. So I study and work when I was back in uni. So when I came to the professional scene, I realized like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I made a mistake, a huge mistake. You have a degree now,
Yeah.
but you must have a second language as well.
Yeah.
Because somehow you kind of don't have the same speed or the same competition towards your peers.
Exactly. I mean, and fortunately for me, that was easy because I studied English since I was almost 9 years old.
Oh, nice.
Or maybe 7. I think first grade, I did all the way first grade to 11th grade.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. But for me, it was easy. And, but I think it's more valuable people who learn English on their own. Because I can't, and I've tried it. I've done the whole Duolingo, Italian, Portuguese, French. I've tried it. I'm like, okay, I get to a point where I know I'm not gonna be able to reach that other level. So I'm like, okay, I'm quitting this.
Okay.
But there's people that don't have that quit
Yes,
on them.
yeah, absolutely.
You know? So it's like I want to learn English, and they make it. They make it, and I've listened to a lot of cases, a lot of people that go to for example, my wife, she went to the UK
To learn.
without knowing any English.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Who does that?
Yeah.
Who does that? She did it, and I'm so amazed.
I
of
may
the
need to
person
bring
she
her
is.
to this podcast then.
Probably. I think it might be a better story than mine because mine is. I mean, to be honest, I think I'm like a spoiled kid sometimes. You know.
I think somehow there are different perspectives, and you may have. I don't know. I'm just like thinking out loud now. How do you do with the accent here? Because
super difficult.
Yeah,
Super difficult.
Exactly.
I remember exactly
Yes.
first class because I mean the whole thing was so quick. It happened so quick.
Yes.
Because I remember applying, and just like 2 weeks after I applied, they told me, okay, you start classes next week.
Oh,
Exactly.
Okay.
So I had to buy tickets, sell stuff, and I remember my flight was on the 20th of July, which is Independence Day in Colombia.
Yes, the 20th of July. Yes, yeah.
And so I arrived here on the 21st, 22nd. And that first day, class, immediately.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
Even like jet lag and everything.
Nothing. I couldn't afford jet lag. I had to go straight to class.
So you see, everything is not perfect in your life.
Not perfect, but I wasn't complaining about it.
Yes, yeah.
Because when you arrive to a new country, everying is so new.
I know, yeah.
That you're amazed.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Once you come to New Zealand, you see streets being clean.
I know.
You know, it's
yeah,
like
it's
wow.
crazy.
Like
yeah.
no, I mean, you don't see rubbish bins like in every street.
Yeah.
But then you see it so clean.
I think something that I realized here is how people care about this stuff that they actually appreciate, and they appreciate the country.
Yeah.
They feel that they belong here, and that's why they actually do it. They protect their nature, they protect their country because they were born here and they care New Zealand.
Yeah.
They take care about it, which in Colombia sometimes is a shame because it's such a beautiful country. But just because we are so many, sometimes it's so hard to put the mindset to all of the inhabitants in Colombia and saying like, hey, this is wrong. We need to do this if we want to keep this.
I think that we take it for granted
Yeah.
sometimes, like the beauty of the country, right? Plus, I mean, there's so many problems in Colombia that is, I mean, education.
Yes.
People are not educated on how to recycle or to take care of the country. Okay, but like going back to coming here in the first class, I remember I had a Kiwi teacher. And he was talking about percentages.
Yes, yeah.
But he was saying percentage.
Yeah, percent, yeah.
Percent. I was like, I've never heard this word in my life. What is this guy talking about?
Oh, water.
Water.
Yeah.
And obviously, I mean, it's more based on a British
Yes,
English
background. Yeah.
Exactly. And I'm more used to the American accent,
Absolutely.
so you get that. You kind of struggle a little bit with some of the words.
And I think they mumble a lot as well sometimes. They don't open their mouth properly to announce all of the words sometimes. It's very hard sometimes.
Sometimes it's very hard, but you start building your ears.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
And especially if you know the basics of English, it's gonna get easier as you progress during your stay in New Zealand. Absolutely. It gets easier. But yeah, the language was, I mean, it wasn't a barrier, but some of the words were so strange that I needed to learn them. For example, in America, in the US, they don't call it rubbish.
Rubbish, yeah. Rubbish. They say rubbish, we say litter here.
Well, they say rubbish here.
Yeah.
But in the US, they'll call it just garbage.
Garbage, yes.
Garbage.
Yeah, that's true.
So I remember the lady, my landlord, she was telling me, we need to throw the rubbish on Thursdays, for example. I don't remember the day, but she said Thursday. I was like, rubbish?
What is that?
Are we throwing like rubber to recycle rubber during that day? So we need to collect all the rubber that we have. So things like that were a shocker, but it wasn't a big deal. But some of the words were a little bit different.
Like lift, that we say here lift instead of like elevator.
Exactly. So those things were a bit of a struggle. And I remember, because there's a funny story, because we had another teacher, she was from the UK. And I don't know why I started talking about how the American English is the correct way to speak English. And she was like,
how are you there?
Yeah. I mean, what exactly are you saying right now? I'm like, no, I'm sorry.
My professor, he's British, so for sure he's gonna like,
Of course. And plus, they have the original English, to be fair, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is that especially in Colombia, when you listen to English, you listen from Hollywood.
We are influenced by them in so many ways.
And being so close to them, it makes sense for us to understand them a little bit better than the British.
How do you feel with your decision? Do you think that you made the right decision to come to New Zealand?
I love I love New Zealand. To be honest, I think that's probably the best decision I've ever made
Oh, nice.
because once I came here, I mean, there's another story on it because I had to leave the country. Well, I didn't leave the country.
Yeah. Oh well. Yes. Somebody told me about it. So because when you came like before or after COVID.
Before COVID. Before
Okay.
COVID.
Okay.
And I remember in my house we're four siblings. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm the second one.
Okay.
And my younger sister, well, not the youngest, but the one that comes after me.
Yes.
She was pregnant.
Oh, okay.
So we were having. I was having my niece. My nephew, sorry, and I was like, oh no, I need to meet him.
Okay.
Because it could probably be the only one that we have in the family. Because
yes, absolutely.
my older sister, she doesn't want to have any kids.
Okay.
I don't want to have any kids.
Okay.
And at that time, well, my younger sister didn't want to have any kids. Now we have.
Okay.
Now she has. But
Okay.
at that point, I was like, no, I need to meet him.
Yes,
I need to meet him because I don't know if when I'm going to be able to come back.
Yeah.
So I went on to. I came in here 2017, 2018. I went back to Colombia, and obviously the pandemic started on
2019. Yeah.
2019 on
Yes.
March.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
I remember I was scheduled to come back on April.
Okay.
So obviously I wasn't able to do it.
All right.
Yeah, because all the airplanes in Colombia just closed. New Zealand closed
Yes, we got very isolated. Yeah.
And at the beginning, everybody thought COVID was going to last like 1-2 months max, and we already know what happened. Like they were not able to open it. And
so how were you able to finish your master?
I had to do it online.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was the only way to do it. I couldn't come back because my visa is just a student visa.
Okay.
And they didn't have any priority on students'
visas. All
Okay,
right.
so the priority was citizens and people with the residents.
Residents, yeah.
Exactly. So if I had a student visa, I didn't have any access here.
Okay.
And it wasn't the only case.
All right.
There was a Facebook page dedicated for people who had the same problem.
Yes.
And unfortunately, there was no solution for us.
Oh.
Okay. But I did up and in graduating. And once I finished, I was a little bit mad, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think you somehow didn't got the rights that you deserved for your visa and for your situation as well.
Exactly, because I ended up applying also for the post-study work visa. They granted the post-study work visa, but I wasn't able to use it.
Yeah, because the borders were shut and they were limited only for residents and Kiwis by the time.
By that time. So by the time that I was able to come back to New Zealand, that visa had only like 2 months. So I was like, okay, no.
So you were literally unable to use your visa for 3 years.
Yeah.
That is the post-study visa that you get after you get a level 9 master degree in New Zealand. And you didn't hear from them.
No, nothing.
That's crazy.
That was very crazy. And I was very upset.
Of course.
I didn't want to know anything about New Zealand. I just I was like, okay, if I'm not going back to that country, so be it. I don't want to see that anymore.
Okay, yeah.
So, but things happen for a reason because that's during that time. That's when I met my wife, my wife.
Oh, okay.
So that was a good news, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And we started working again, but you know how work is in Colombia. It's not very.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you don't have connections, it's very difficult for you, especially
for our careers.
Exactly, especially what we study.
Yes,
it's very difficult.
Mass media, PR, journalism is very tough. You need a lot of connections. Yeah, I feel you on that.
Exactly. So 0 connections. So the only option we had was working at a call center.
Oh,
exactly.
That's a bummer with like the English that you have, the experience that you have. It's even frustrating.
It is frustrating, but that's when I started listening to this podcast.
Okay.
And the guy actually tells you, stop feeling bad for yourself.
Yeah.
Stop feeling pity for yourself. Start doing things that build you in a positive way. So start with small actions
Yes.
that gives you momentum, and when you have momentum, things or great things are going to happen. Like, be positive.
Yes, absolutely.
And I started doing that, So I said to myself, okay, look, I'm already in this call center, so we must take the best out of it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so opportunities started coming up. It's like, hey, they started telling me, look, your English is great. You're a very responsible person here at the job. Do you want to be a supervisor? I was like, I don't want to be a supervisor. That's the first thing I said. I don't want to be a supervisor. I just, I'm great where I'm at right now because it's easy.
Yeah.
I'm doing well. And the people that we were talking to were from Canada, which are very nice people.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, why would I want to stress myself?
Yes, absolutely.
But my then supervisor, who actually told me, like, you should apply for this job. I was like, but why? But why would I want the stress? And she started telling me, look, it's going to help you build new skills. So I bought that. I was like, okay, let's do it. Why not? Let's do it. So I did the whole thing for maybe 6 months.
Okay.
And with Jessica, my wife, we ended up saying, you know what? I mean, why not go to Spain?
Okay.
Because she has dual citizenship.
Oh, okay.
So she was like, but she didn't want it to do it at the beginning because she has like a bad experience because she went there when she was really young. She did like her high school there.
All right.
So imagine.
So you ended up going back to Spain.
We ended up going back to Spain.
Okay. Yeah.
That was, I think, on 21, maybe 2021. And like what I told you, like little things started making a difference in my life.
Yes.
So I ended up having an interview with it's an ONG called Junior Achievement. Okay. So they wanted somebody for the digital marketing part.
Interesting. Yeah.
It was a part-time job.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, that's cool. That sounds cool.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's gonna
be a way to start.
Exactly, a way to start. I was like, okay, perfect. So I went there. I had the meeting with the director, and she told me, perfect. When can you start?
Oh.
I was like, oh, beautiful. Nice. I can start tomorrow if you want. And she told me, okay, perfect. So they were in summer vacations at the time.
Yeah.
So they were not working, but they already needed somebody like quick.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, perfect. So she calls me 1 week before actually starting the job, and she told me, I need to talk to you. So I was like, oh my God, what happened?
There is something there.
Exactly. So she says, the communications director, she found another job and she's leaving us.
Oh, amazing.
Would you be able to cover her?
Okay.
I was like, of course I can.
All right, yeah.
I had no experience, but I was like, okay, I mean,
sometimes you need to like actually take these opportunities that you can actually show.
It's like what the saying
skills,
says.
Yeah, absolutely.
If your life gives you lemons, you make lemonade.
Yeah,
so that's what I did. So I said, I had all the experience. So I didn't have any experience, but obviously, while I was doing the job, I was like, okay, feeding myself with what I needed to do. Plus, I mean, when you study communications, you get some of the basics, obviously, like all the theory is there.
Yeah.
But now you have to put it into practice.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was like, okay, let's do this. Obviously, I mean, even though we speak Spanish, the grammar is completely different.
And the cultural barrier as well, because there are different ways to actually approach everything.
So part of the job was also doing the speech for the director.
Oh, okay.
So Spanish is completely different.
Yeah.
Because they use the vos, vosotros.
Vosotros.
Yeah. Exactly. So I was like, oh my God, this is a whole new thing. But AI was just beginning. ChatGPT was just beginning.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I kind of dig this new tool.
Okay.
It wasn't perfect, obviously, but it was very helpful. Because I would tell her, look, this is the speech that I did. Could you do it in Spanish?
Spanish.
Exactly. So I was like, and it gave me like a very good speech.
Okay.
That I did like tweaks on.
Yes, of course.
But it was saving me a lot of time.
All right.
That I couldn't. I mean, I don't speak Spanish from Europe.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
it was going to be too much stress in my life.
So how you ended up coming back to New Zealand at the end?
That's beautiful because 1 year after working there, I was
Yes.
happy. I was doing what I studied.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I kind of dig the whole idea of helping students because that's what the ONG does.
Okay,
It
nice.
helps students with
Yes.
some of the courses and economics and entrepreneurship also.
Yes,
They
yeah.
do some of the studies there.
Uh-huh.
But after that year, I received an email from Immigration New Zealand
Oh, okay.
saying, "Look, we're sorry. We know that you couldn't use
After
your
how many years?
exactly. We know you couldn't use your 3-year visa, so we are granting you a 1-year open work visa."
Okay.
So I was like, okay. I mean,
Bittersweet.
it was a bittersweet, exactly,
Yeah.
because I was already doing what I wanted,
Uh-huh.
but I knew at the time that Jessica wanted to come to New Zealand.
Okay.
Because I talked to her about
How
how
beautiful.
beautiful it is.
Oh my God.
How how great it is to come
Yes.
here. So I had my doubts. I was like, should I tell her that I received this email,
Okay.
or should we just stay here?
Keep it, yeah, for myself.
Yeah, because I'm doing great.
Yeah.
You know, but it was just like 2 seconds. You know, but
Absolutely.
I told her like, look, I just received this email. You want to go? And she told me yes. Let's go. Like immediately.
Okay.
She didn't even think about it.
All
She was
right.
like, no, let's go now.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, okay, let's go. And that's how we ended up here.
Okay, amazing.
So we came back on 20.
So it was destiny.
It was destiny. I think exactly like when I think about it, was like I needed to go back to Colombia
Yes.
and bring my wife
Absolutely.
here.
Yes.
At that point, I wasn't even thinking about getting married.
Yeah.
But I think destiny was meant to be. For me to be there and for Jessica to come here to New Zealand. I think that...
And you as a Manolo yourself, you are in the place that you're meant to be.
Exactly. So I mean, even though I was mad at them, I ended up being so grateful. It's like, okay, I love it. Yeah.
That's amazing, and I think it's a very good way to finish our episode today.
Exactly.
Thank you very much for being here with us today. Thank you very much for sharing your story. And I think a lot of people are gonna get surprised about how twist it was. And
Unbelievable. But no, thank you for the space, and I hope that this is just the first step of a great career as a podcaster.
Thank you.
Okay.
The best of luck with your residency. I know that is coming soon.
We're trying to make that happen.
Yes, yeah. Thank you very much for all of those that are watching from anywhere around the world.
Thank you.